The in-game HUD for BlazBlue uses several gauges, but if you're starting out, you only need to pay attention to the big ones first. The yellow HP bars at the top, the timer between them, and the green heat gauge at the bottom. The timer and the yellow HP bars are pretty self-explanatory. The timer shows how much time's left, if you run out of health, and if you lose the round. The heat gauge at the bottom is typically used for distortion drives, astral heats, rapid cancels, and some special moves. It's essentially a super move gauge. You'll gain heat every time you hit your opponent, are hit by them, instant block, or have less than 20% HP. The other two gauges on the game screen are the light blue barrier gauge underneath the HP bar and the red and blue guard Libra underneath the timer in the middle. The barrier gauge shows you how much, well, barrier you can use and whether or not you can use a barrier burst, which is denoted with that BB icon next to it. The guard Libra is essentially a tug-of-war meter for you and your opponent. Every time one of you blocks, it'll move in that person's direction. Block too much, and they'll be penalized for it. If that happens, it's officially called a barrier crush, but it's pretty much a free ticket to an ass whooping. And lastly, there are some character-specific gauges that may appear under their portrait. I'll come to those later in their specific section on this disc.